Foul is on number 2, Sadie Smith of South Tama. Her second personal foul, team's 40. In the independence lineup, number 10, Mary Puffett, replacing Anna Ruffborn. 30-second timeout, South Tama. 30 seconds. Basket by number 11, Taylor Witt. Foul is on number 14, Carissa Musgrave of South Tama. Her first personal foul, team's 6th. For South Tama, number 15, Michaela Bakken.
A key component to be a better basketball player and a better teammate to this, not only to the senior class, but the up-and-coming Mustangs coming up?
I need to work in the off-season, work harder every day at practice, just keep cheering my teammates on, don't let them get down, and just give it everything I have all the time.
Thank you, Lainey.
Thanks.
That is Lainey Butters, a soft forward for the Independence Mustangs. We'll be back with Coach Brad Schultz. And for the first time ever, we have an Open Iowa Peacock. I hope Benjamin Humpy's not listening because he might be offended. But we're here with Coach Samantha Austin, and let's give you like your background story, how you came to Independence, and like how you met Coach Patrick Albuquerque.
Well, I got placed here for student teaching, and then Coach A found out that I was student teaching here and he needed an assistant, so I got offered the job, and that's how I ended up here.
Well, how did you end up at Upper Iowa? That's what Ben just texted me.
How do I end up at Upper Iowa?
Yeah.
Basketball, scholarship.
Yeah, basketball. And one of my good friends, Travis Granberg, is commentating at Upper Iowa. What is your biggest thing, even though you won 18? You kids they never give up. Even though you were down 62-36, you always have to love your kids' toughness and grittiness to fight through the 4 quarters.
Yep, we're constantly telling them that despite of the score, that they're always giving it their all, they're always hustling, they don't give up until the last buzzer goes off for the game. And just one thing that we need to start working on is sticking to the game plan all 4 quarters, and I think once we finally do that we're going to be hard to beat.
We're here live with Mateo Wall, and what I like about you is your grittiness and toughness. Despite of the score, you always play off in the 3 quarters, and just like Layla a couple nights ago against Ben, you were picking up offensive rebounds, even though shots were falling. We're not arguing out the reps, you just kept playing for the 4 quarters. And what I think I like about you as in this team, they never give up, like I said. And what is the thing that you need to work on to be a better Mateo Wall and a better Mustang basketball team?
Driving to the hoop more and going into people instead of leaning back and shooting more.
Thank you, Mateo. That is Mateo Wall. And guess what? I just got an email that the districts have just been assigned. Let's take a look at that. Because they heard that number 1 ranked Cedar Rapids Xavier's in a pool. And you're from Cedar Rapids. You're from Lamont.
I live in Lamont.
Yeah.
I got family in Cedar Rapids.
Yeah.
But I did go to Xavier University in Cincinnati.
Nice.
However, I'm always cheering for the Mustangs.
Uh-huh. Yep, and let's take a look at the district standings. And this is just like the NFL playoffs. If the one seed gets beat, we can host a game. So here's the sub-state. Here's the sub-state. Benton Community, Center Point, Clear Creek Amana, Grinnell, Independence, South Tama County, Denton Shellsburg, and always tough Cedar Rapids Xavier. You should get this.
What does that mean?
Because this is in sub-state. If Independence gets first or second of sub-state, they go to districts. And that's one game, winner takes all to go to state. So that is going to be good. And in sub-state 4, and the other WAMAC is Anamosa, Davenport, Assumption, Central DeWitt, Marion, Macokota, Mount Vernon, the Beaquala, and Westdale, Manchester. And here comes our Okoboji Grill player of the game, Mary Puffett, will join us in a couple seconds.
So basically, if Independence wins, they can host a home playoff game?
Yeah.
All right.
Hi, JC. I'll put this on.
Yep. And I want to turn this off for you so you won't be
Here, can you grab this here for me?
Okay. And we are joined by Mary Puffett, and you are Okoboji Grill player of the game. And since your injury, you have really battled back, and I love that about you.
Thanks, JT.
And one of the star players was just Musgrave tonight in Independence. And Independence, I love this about any Independence team. They never quit. They never give up on a game, even though you're down 62-36. And what I like about this team is that you always battle out 4 quarters. You don't look up the scoreboard and say, oh, it's a 30-point game. Why play? And that's what I like about this team, because you always go out no matter how bad the season is going.
Well, they're very young, too. Lots of sophomores starting this year.
Yep, but let's look at that. Sophomore Mateo Wall, sophomore Anna Roughcorn, sophomore Mary Puffett, sophomore Jaden Schultz, and sophomore Laney Butters. What does a senior class mean to you, Mary?
They're great leaders on the court. They may not always get the playing time that they want, but they're always encouraging us and helping us.
And what do you think, I've asked this to everybody, what is the one thing that you need to do to become a better Mary Puffett and a better teammate?
I need to work on my ball handling a lot more, and I need to work on setting my teammates up.
Thank you, Mary.
Thanks,
That is Mary Puffett, the Okoboji Grill player of the game, sponsored by Chad Beatty.